Hey everyone, Sam Crowley. Welcome back. Welcome back to our podcast training. Great to have everybody here. Whoa, we already have some people here. Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see my screen? Yes or yes? You can see the screen. You can hear my voice. Yes, cool. Hey Justin, how you doing? You got to leave early, but we'll be on as long as you can be. Okay, cool. Hey Alyssa, great to have you here. I got my microphone filter. I already have people excited to be interviewed for my podcast. Hey, congrats, Justin. Way to take action. Beautiful. Julie, welcome. Dawn, welcome. Great to have you guys. Intro screen still present. What does that mean? I'm not sure I understand that. All right, let's see here. You guys can see, so now I can see your laptop. Okay, cool. Well, I'm on a desktop. Maybe that was the problem, Julie. You were trying to find a laptop, and I'm on an iMac. I think we found the issue. All right. If you haven't guessed, I'm the king of dumb jokes, stupid jokes. I have 4 kids. I am very cringe dad. Cringe dad, they call me. Dumb jokes, but they'll appreciate me. Like most great people, well after I'm gone. All right, we got to dive in because we got some stuff to go over. Let's just do a recap like we always do every week. You're looking at iTunes. This is where your show is going to be. And let's just take it all the way back. I'm just going to go into Audacity real quick. Audacity, Audacity. Let's get that error message. Not sure why. Okay, guys, remember, always, I just want to point this out one more time because this happens to newbies, and you got to make sure your microphone is recognized when you launch Audacity. Go to Preferences. Always just check. I do this, and I've been doing this 12 years. I do it every time. I can't tell you how many times I've recorded a 15-minute podcast only to find out that I was using the built-in microphone. See, it's not even recognizing my Blue Snowball, which is what I actually have plugged in. It's recognizing my other mic. So that's the one I'm using right now. Built-in output's fine. So I'm telling you, you're going to kick yourself if you don't do this before every podcast because you're going to end up using the built-in microphone on your computer, and it's not good. It's going to sound like you're talking from way over here on your show. I did a 45-minute interview Christmas, right after Christmas this year, just a couple weeks ago, 45 minutes. One of the guys that follows me online launched his business, is crushing it. So I thought, what an uplifting story. The entire time I was on the computer mic and not on the plugged-in one. How dumb is that? Okay. Click OK. And then what I also do is I hold the mic really close up to my mouth like this, and I talk like this because I want to see. Check, 1 2 1 2. That if I hold it over, and remember your mic input level up here. Check. Okay. Make sure that's always kind of up. So you got it. And now you can start recording with confidence, knowing that your mic's plugged in. You're good to go. And that's what we call a mic check in the old podcasting business. All right. Next, you got your account set up with Blueberry. If you haven't, that's fine. I just want to make sure you understand you're going to get your statistics here monthly, any kind of custom range. This is your total number of downloads, always a running count. Since you have signed up with Blueberry, it's going to keep a running count right there. That's kind of it with that. And then we've got how you're going to do this every single day. All right, you're going to go to post. You're going to add a new post right here. And this is a blog post, but it's simply your podcast title. So podcast title goes here. You've got podcast description that's going to go. Keep it 100 words or less, guys. Remember, it doesn't render well on iTunes, the description, meaning it all jammed together. Come down here. You're going to hit the folder right here with the Blueberry podcast hosting. You're going to search for that MP3 audio that you created. You're going to upload it. After you upload it, you're going to hit verify. And then you got 2 options. You can publish it right now over here. Let me get this out of here. Hit publish. You're good to go. Or you can do this. Publish immediately. Let's edit that. And we're going to publish it when? January, February, March. Anytime this year, anytime after today. You want to publish it tomorrow? Make that the 24th. That's going to change to, instead of publish, it's going to say schedule. And you click that. So now you got tomorrow's show already in the queue. And it's going to go live at this time tomorrow, 12:03 Eastern time for me. All right. So that is what you're going to do every single day when you create your podcast. Every day. All right? Well, every time you record a show. It should be every day while you're first starting, because that's how you're going to really create momentum. That's how you're going to get a lot of downloads. And with downloads, that's the name of the game. Downloads is really the number one name of the game when it comes to podcasting. Because when you have downloads, you have an active audience. And when you have an active audience, I mean, what can you do? We're talking today about monetization, all right, how to earn income with this new podcasting medium that you have. So if you take a look, let's really dive into here. If you've got 1,000 people a day downloading your show, what can you do? I mean, what can't you do? There's a million ways that you can go now that you've got an active podcasting audience who's actually paying attention to your message. You can get advertisers and sponsors. You can do affiliate sales. And affiliate sales just simply means you don't own the product, somebody else does. You're an affiliate for them. And this isn't an affiliate training per se, but you could very easily have that person. Let's say that you are interviewing me and I have a product. Let's just go over here. Oh my God, yeah, we're redoing the page. Okay, that was a bad one to use. We're actually redoing that page. I have a product and I'm gonna send you to my page, and I've set up a special page. So everydayissaturday.com/Sam for you. And you're gonna interview me on your show, and everybody who goes to that page and they buy something, you're gonna get, we agree ahead of time, you're gonna get 50% of the sale, 75% of the sale, 100% of the sales. You would already know this ahead of time. It's basic affiliate sales. And what an affiliate is, you're promoting somebody else's product. So you would interview them on your podcast, and you would send them to a page that both of you already agreed on, and they would already have an affiliate program set up ahead of time. And if they don't know anything about this, then you're not going to have an affiliate relationship with them. You got to figure out a different way, or no way at all to be compensated. You might just interview somebody just to interview them, which is great. Me personally, I don't set up affiliate sales on my show at all. Meaning when I interview people, I don't send them to a page where they've set it up ahead of time and I get paid a commission. Because a lot of the people that I interview, they're either my podcasting students and they don't have a product yet. I just want to get them up and going and get them a lot of momentum. Or they're thought leaders. I bring them on the show, or they bring me on their show, and neither one of us promote. It's just a great way to commingle traffic, meaning I send them to my site, they send me to their site, and vice versa. But affiliate sales also is a great way to make up for if you don't have a big email list and you want to do this one. Let's venture down here. Joint ventures is kind of like the cousin to affiliate sales. What's a joint venture? Again, you interviewing somebody else, them interviewing you. But let's say you don't have a big email list. Well, you have a podcast following. How do you know that? Because of all of these statistics that you're looking at in Blueberry. You're getting hundreds and then thousands of people downloading your show. You're going to have some leverage with people relative to, hey, I'll have you on my show. Well, can you email your list? No, I don't really have a thriving email list, but why don't I do you one better? I've got X amount of thousand of people who download my podcast on a regular basis. Let's get your name out in front of them, because here's another thing, guys. Remember, go back to iTunes. Just click on any one of these. These shows never go away. They never go away. Okay? So they're always up. And I mean, they go back and back and back and back and back to your very first podcast. So if you interview somebody, let me just show you. I mean, these are shows I did back in May 25th of 2016. That's almost 2 years ago. The show's still here. Meaning anybody that I interviewed back then would, if Steve can do it, you can. I don't even know what this is. Who's Steve?
Welcome to the Everyday
Hoover. I'm speaking at the Business Excellence 2016 event. Go. Subject line, I quit. All cap. So after that.
This was a guy who, I got it. Okay, I was really curious. Who's Steve? Steve's a guy that sent me an email saying he quit. And then here's a guy named Tucker Max. I did an interview. I interviewed him. That show hasn't gone away. That was an hour interview. That was 2 years ago almost in 2016. Here's the reason I'm showing you this. When you do a joint venture with somebody or any type of interview, affiliate promo, that never goes away. This is an evergreen interview, meaning, yeah, you may not have a huge email list right now of 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 people, but you've got leverage in the sense that you're getting thousands of downloads right now of your show, and it's never going to go away. So people, when they listen to your first podcast, many people, more so than not, are going to go all the way back to your first one when they enjoy your show, because they're going to want to know, wow, this is great content. I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning and listen from the beginning. So here's a funny one. My thoughts on my 48th birthday. I'll be 50 this June. That's funny to see that. Anyway, you see where I'm going with this? All of these shows that you create, your interviewee or that person you're doing a joint venture with, make sure they understand, hey, this stays on iTunes forever, man. And it's also on my website. These interviews do not go away. So these pages that I'm promoting and these products that I'm promoting are always going to be there. And that's more powerful, in my opinion, than an email list, because I can tell you, as the owner of an email list of about 40,000 people, the shelf life of a prospect is less than 9 months, meaning they're going to lose attention from you and they're going to move on to the next guru in less than a year. More so in probably 90 days, if you really want to be honest. How many times do you opt into a guru's email list or a thought leader, somebody you follow online, and then after about 3 or 6 months, you're done with them? You know, you might open an occasional email every now and again if the subject line catches your eye, but by and large, you're done and you move on to the next person. You know, that's the way email lists go. And so when you're looking at this, understand that's not the way podcasting goes. Podcasting is there for a long time. It's evergreen, and anything you promote on it is going to stay promoted, and you'll find people buying your products many months and years down the road. It's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. Does that concept make sense as far as how long interviews stay up on iTunes and the power of those, how they never go away? Cool. Yes. Julie, you get the participation trophy. You're right up there with a few others. Crystal gets it with all caps and the exclamation mark. Gold star being shipped to both of you to place on your forehead when you have a moment. All right, appreciate that. But that's it, guys. That is the power right there of affiliate marketing and joint venture marketing, and how long those interviews stay up. And they never go away. They just never go away, okay? Let's take a look at another concept here. I really want to zero in on this one right now. Because you should have, let me just see a show of products. How many people right now have a product, a digital product? If it's coaching or consulting, that is a product, meaning you have something right now. If somebody contacted you, you would have a menu of prices they could choose from to do business with you. Yes or no, you currently have your own product, and there's no wrong answer. All right, yes or no, it doesn't matter. I'm just curious. Yes, no in development. Yes, I do. We got Julie, Patrick, Dawn, Sarah. Okay. Here's the reason I ask. If yes, in major development. Okay, we've got major development. No, okay. Tamiko, Crystal, Sarah, Dawn, Patrick, Julie. Okay, cool. Here's the reason I ask. I coach clients. Bruce, no. Okay, thank you, Bruce. I appreciate that. And when I coach clients, we always start with a mastermind session on Zoom. Now, we talked about Zoom yesterday, right? Or last week. Yesterday. Seems like yesterday. As we talked about Zoom last week as far as that's where I host all my interviews. When I have people come on my show. It's also where I host my mastermind calls for my private coaching clients. And this is how it typically works with me. So I hope you don't mind if we just kind of go with the flow here. And I will insert a new slide. All right, you guys mind if I do this on the fly? So we're going to mastermind. Okay. So what I do
is, yeah, I mean, if you want the old staunchy, stale webinar where I've got my pre-made slides and I insert the joke here, no, that's not going to happen. It's our last training today, guys. Come on, let's. And I know you're all up for it because I'm seeing the feedback already from Dawn and Julie. Thank you. Yes. If you need to have coaching and consulting as part of your business, okay? It's not, for me, there's no better way. And I sell big ticket. What's big ticket, okay? I'll get back, but let's just flow, all right? We're gonna go and flow right now, all right? We're gonna get in the moment. We're gonna get in the state. We're just gonna let this flow. We're gonna have a virtual mastermind, okay? Big ticket. Everybody in here should have big ticket. Big ticket for me is 3K plus. Honestly, but I don't want to shock a lot of people. For me, big ticket is 10K, okay? But I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I used to be happy with a $25 ebook until I realized that it was easier selling a $25,000 coaching package, okay? This was easier. This right there. Why was this easier? Well, it's easier because you get better clientele. You guys got to be open to receiving this message, though. If you don't have an abundant mindset today, this isn't going to mean jack squat to you. If you're willing and you're open to allowing yourself, just for the next 45 minutes, okay, to receive this message, I promise you it will bless you, it will help your mindset, and it will change the state you're in right now, and it will be the best thing for your business. I'm not saying the only thing. I don't have all the answers. There's a lot of great teachers out there. I just happen to be one of them, all right? But I just want to give you a different way of thinking, all right? You get better clientele. You get better results. You get more money, okay? What's wrong with those three there? There's nothing wrong with any of those, okay? But you got to get out of this $25 ebook mindset. This is what cripples so many people. You know why it cripples a lot of people? Is because they can't deliver what? Here's what people want. They want to say, I'm a PhD, I'm an MBA, I'm certified this, I'm certified that. Okay? I love it. It shows commitment. It shows intelligence. It shows that you can stick it out. But unfortunately, and I'm not here to burst your bubble, the market doesn't care. The market does not care. Let me, oh man, get this down here further. Why can't I do this? Okay, well, on to the next one. New slide. You know what the market wants? Market does not care about your certifications. Or, for that matter, qualifications. They just don't. They just don't. You know what they care about? The R word. Can anybody fill this in? Yes. Bingo. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Everybody's chiming in. Guys, look. Here's the deal. If you can sell this right here, you're going to make 6 figures a month. Okay? You're not going to make what would you rather do? You already told us. Yeah, I think I told you on another call, Sarah, not on this one. All right? You might have been on my Momentum Code or Everyday Saturday call, but not on this one. Okay? This is what you need to understand and really need to take hold of, okay? Because when you sell results, you alleviate pain, okay? But I didn't mean to type in caps. I had my caps lock on. Okay? When you sell that, you remove that. So you're selling one, you're removing another. People will pay handsomely for this. For example, there's so many different pains that you can remove. And this is what you need to talk about where? On your podcast, okay? What is the pain that you remove? Get comfortable helping people. And look, people will run towards success, but man, they will do whatever they can to get out of pain. Let me give you an example. My pain used to be never seeing my kids. You know, I grew up, my dad left my mom to raise 8 of us by herself. All I ever wanted to do was to be a dad. That was an incredible amount of pain that I was in. So here's what I did. And guys, I kid you not, it was 2003, and I got on Google, and I just typed this in right now. And I promise you, this is exactly how my whole career, as soon as I learned how to spell Google, this is how it all started. Audio motivation. I remember like it was yesterday, I was so miserable. I wanted to listen to motivational audios. That's all I wanted to do. And so I typed in it, and I just clicked on one guy who used to have an audio motivational channel. I downloaded them, and I downloaded like 50. And this was before iPhone, so I had an MP3 player. I don't know if you guys remember those. This is what people do now. Do you know where they go now? Instead of Googling this, do you know what they do? They go here. How do I know? Because thousands of people have told me. They found me by going in this search box that you can see right here and typing in just one word. That's it. They've typed in one word, motivation. And after they typed in that one word, there's my podcast that comes on. And after they click on it, they listen to one, and they think this guy's either lost his freaking mind and I've got to eject as fast as I can, or he gets me. And here's the thing. If 1,000 people listen to my podcast and 990 of them think that I've lost my mind, matter of fact, I've got ratings and reviews from people. The greatest review I've ever gotten was from a guy in Great Britain who said, I think this guy's crazy or something like that. I'll show it to you in a minute. But this is a very targeted search. They typed in your keyword, they found your podcast, they gave it a listen, then they subscribed. Oh my God, is there a better, more highly qualified lead than this? So there's 453 ratings here. Did you know that iTunes has a separate, down here, if you go all the way down to the bottom, you'll see the flag of your native country right here. Take care, Justin. Don't be a stranger. Stay in touch. Click on that flag, and you'll see all the other countries come up. So these ratings that you see, if many of you right now are in the United States, those are just people in the U.S. If you want to see people who are listening to your show and giving you ratings in other parts of the country, go here, United Kingdom. This is, I got to read you this review. This is the single greatest review I've ever gotten, ever. Okay? But you type in motivation in the UK, I have no idea what's going to come up, and I really don't, because I don't search the UK. I don't even know if my show is going to come up. It may not. Let's see here. There it is. Okay, cool. Ratings and reviews. I only got 24 ratings in the UK, as opposed to 400 and some. There is something desperately wrong with this man. Can I get an amen? Yes. Guys, you should all strive to get a review like that. Okay? This is I love this review because he gets me. There is something desperately wrong. Yet I was desperate. I wanted out of my job. I did not want to be average. I hate being average. If I'm not getting a reaction from somebody, look, I do not go out of my way to be rude to people. At least I try not to. I'm human just like you are. I'll say something I'm sure that makes somebody mad. But if me being authentic and loud and excited causes somebody think that there's something wrong with me, what do you think that says about them? Okay? So don't be afraid to be yourself. And so what do we do? Here's the most recent one, I guess, December 31st. I still have Sam's voice in my head motivating me after a busy couple of months away from the show. Straight back on it for some more. You're going to get all the love from all over the world. I just wanted to show you, down the road when your show gets on iTunes, click down here on the flag of the country and see what ratings are like in other parts of the world for you. Okay? Let's get back to the U.S. part of it. So let's get back to coaching and consulting. All right? Remember, why? Because they type in a pain point. What's the pain? Give me a pain that you alleviate, guys. Give me something that's associated with your message, a pain that you're removing, or something you're promoting, a niche you're in, or something like that.
Emotional pain. Okay. Confidence. That's a good one. Who's got confidence? That's Crystal Davis. Crystal Confidence Davis. That's your middle name from now on. I'm Crystal Confident. You know what? I would change my name to Confidence Davis. What's your name? Confidence Davis. So here we go. They're going to type in confidence, okay? And what comes up? Geez, I don't know. Let's take a look at podcasts. The Art of Charm, Earn Your Happy, Self Reset, The Confident Wallet, The Elite Man Podcast, Build Great Mind. So any one of these, Crystal, you're going to end up showing in the top 20, in the top 15, and then the top 10, and people are going to find your show. This is a sermon audio, The Art of Charm. That's a pretty good podcast from what I understand. It's going on 11 years. That's great. I love how they put that in there, by the way. They've got 11,000 close to it, 5-star reviews. It's amazing. Follow their lead, you know? I don't even know if they're necessarily talking about confidence. It looks like a lot about academia, professional mindset. But again, spend some time. Caregiving loss, okay? Caregiving. Let's talk caregiver. Type that in correctly. Caregiver. How many of these people would be great to come on their show? Do they do interviews? Get on their show. Can you interview them? What a great joint venture partner. Are they doing a product launch anytime soon where you can interview them on your podcast? Everybody doing a product launch, everybody promoting a book, anybody promoting anything is a great host or interviewer like we talked about last week. Guest for your show. Caregiver stress. Dave, the caregiver's caregiver. The senior caregiver. Look at all these different great ideas, great joint venture partners, great podcast guests to have on your show. This would be good, Don. You know? You can absolutely review books. The author doesn't need to be on, Sarah. You can review a book. Sure. You read it. No, there's no copyright issues. No. So just review a book. People do it on blogs all the time. Here's my review of a movie, a book, of anything. Give you a review of a book, absolutely. Be a great podcast. Let's see if there are any. Let me just see here. Book. Take that in here. Book reviews. And you could have an author come on and talk about their book after you did a review of it. The book review, leftovers, book reviews. That's Podomatic, though. That's not really... Trashy books, book reviews, the great books. I don't know. Take a look. See if any of these are competitors to you, if they even have any traction at all. That might be a nice little niche for you to jump into as well. Okay? Let's go back to some training, mindset training, money training as well, monetization. All right? I host my mastermind calls with my clients. We jump on a Zoom call. I have them fill out a questionnaire first, and then after they fill out the questionnaire, I ask a lot about, you know, who their target market is, who do they think it is, do they have a product, yes or no. My coaching programs mirror a lot of this upwards to 100K and anywhere in between, depending on how much work the client wants to do, how long they want to coach, what do they want our team to do, build out their entire funnel, hold them accountable. I mean, it could be anything, anywhere from 30 days to 365 days. But look at you. What is your big ticket? Because one of the easiest things to do when we're talking about your podcast and monetizing them is to have individuals do this, okay? I really want to get the toolbar, get the inspector here, show inspector. That's what I'm looking for. You should love how I build slides on the fly. I'm going to do this. No, I'm not. Let me go back here. Bullets. We'll just do this. Okay. Here's what you want. Contact me. Now, remember, we're talking about, this is under the guise of selling your coaching, your consulting, your product. But even if you don't have a product, you already have one by being a coach or a consultant. And a lot of people get hung up in what? Those qualifications. I'm just going to put a big Q versus R. They follow each other in the alphabet. They couldn't be more further apart. Qualifications versus results. Qualifications versus results. You are talking about on your podcast the pain that your marketplace is in. Maybe your marketplace they don't have confidence. Maybe your marketplace doesn't have traffic to their website. Maybe they don't have a finely manicured lawn. I mean, there's not a wrong answer in any of those. All right, whatever you right now, and guys, we're not talking about how many books you've written or how many articles you have out there or how much money. Nobody even cares to see your bank account. They just want to know, can you get me the result? That's it. Can you get me the result? So during your podcast, here's how I would frame it. Halfway through, whether your show is 10 minutes or 15 minutes, let's say you do a 20-minute podcast, just for the sake of being round number, okay? At the 10-minute mark, I always say this. Identification. Hey, it's Sam Crowley from the Everyday Saturday Podcast. Just a quick station identification. It's the Everyday Saturday Show. My name's Sam Crowley. If you have an interest in working together, I'm looking for one amazing client. What I do is I help people break through, build a brand, and monetize that, whatever it is they're passionate about. My team will build your entire sales funnel, soup to nuts, from your landing page to your autoresponder to a sales page, merchant account, all of that. You don't need to lift a finger. You just need to bring your dream onto the mastermind call with me. That's all you need to do. Can you do that? Send me an email, sam@everydayissaturday.com, sam@everydayissaturday.com, or you can simply go to everydayissaturday.com, hit the coaching tab, and tell me a few things about yourself on the questionnaire. That's it. So I do that halfway through, and then at the end, guys, I don't have a formal read per se that I do, okay? So what I say at the end, I'm like, hey, don't take that lightly about you and I working together. A lot of the reasons people don't contact me is they think, A, I'm too expensive, B, I'm not ready, C, I need to have all these technical skills. Take A, B, and C and throw them in the garbage. Do you have a dream? Then contact me, sam@everydaysaturday.com, and let's at least see. Schedule your 30-minute power call if there's a chance that you and I can work together. That's all. There's no harm in that. So that's what I say at the end of my podcast. Let me stop right now. Does that make sense? How you can leverage your coaching and consulting on your podcast by being very natural and authentic and not having to read some schmaltzy, I don't think that's a word. Is schmaltzy even a word? Some pre-written read. Just some stale thing that everybody else does. Don't be stale. Be authentic. Because even if you don't have a product, you have a product. And your product is this. That's what it is right there. And you're selling the R word. R, results. That's what you are selling. So if you don't have that, anything, a physical product, a digital product, you have this right now. Okay? Works, yeah, schmaltzy. Thanks, Don. Don gives me permission to use schmaltzy. All right. Julie asks, can you say more about how do you present your power call option? Yeah, sure. At the very end, I said, let's make sure you schedule your 30-minute power call. Go to everydayissaturday.com. Let me just show you where I send them. I have this tab. I just tell them to go to everydaysaturday.com/coaching, or just go to everydaysaturday.com. Click on the coaching tab right here and hit apply now. This is what I'm saying. And if you want to have your website in front of you to remind you, and what I do, guys, and you should do this as well. I use Wufoo right here. New window. You want better clients, they got to answer questions, okay? You can't talk to everybody on the phone, and you can't answer everybody's email. I use an online form builder called Wufoo, and you could do surveys and questions and things like that. You can view their pricing and templates and features and demos and all that. But it takes all of this, creating a form and getting this data, it makes it really super simple to do. And this form is built in Wufoo. And I ask questions because I want to know about my target market. I want to know, are you currently looking to start or scale a coaching program? Yes or no? Select the most valid option. I want to know, have they even been able to save any money? Okay, or can they never get ahead of their bills? They answer this, that they're probably not best for my... And look, last year we had 750 approximately forms come through, and I believe I ended up accepting 17 people. That's it, out of 750. So you really do need to be, because you're going to be quick to accept the money, and it's going to be the worst experience of your life. There is nothing in business worse than a square peg into a round hole, and you can pick which one you are in that equation. But in business, in coaching, it will exhaust you if you just take the money. Don't ever just take the money, okay? It's going to be tempting, but I don't care if they're waving 50 grand in front of you. It could be the worst decision of your life. So what this best describes your mentality, your monthly business revenue. Tell me about your business. What do you think is stopping you from hitting your target? If you're accepted, can you get started? Meaning, are you one of these, I got to talk to this person, that person, and make decisions and think about, no. If we accept you, can you get moving? Meaning, are you able to make a decision and then follow it up with action? If not, there's no way we can work together, because the whole part of momentum in business is about taking action and creating momentum. All right? So that's the whole mindset there. And there are a few more questions, and then we make them type yes or no. We let them know 1 out of 10 available openings in our program are filled, and we work hands-on with everyone. Our time and yours is highly valuable. Please do not, we talk them out of it. Please do not book a call with us if you're not ready to commit financially and mentally. Please type yes or no. And if they type, some people actually type no. A lot of them do and send it in anyway, which is kind of funny. I would just hit the eject button and just X out of it at this point. Why do I do this? There was a lot of thought went into this form, and this has been one of the best things I've ever done for my business. Why? Because of this right here. There's the $25 ebook mentality, and there's the $25,000 coaching package mentality. If they go all the way through that form, I'm not saying they're going to come on board as a client, but at least if you put them through some sort of filter, what comes out the other end is a really great prospect. Let's even reverse it back. How did they even find you? Oh my God, they listened to your show, and then they subscribed, and then they listened on one of your shows that was promoting a free power call with you, and then they filled out the form. I mean, can you imagine right now, guys, if there's I'm not saying this is a layup by any stretch or a guarantee, but are the odds better that these individuals who make it to this part of your process that go through the filter, are they going to be the best possible client you could ever ask for? Yes. Yes. Let me just answer. Woofu for question as a coach, huge. Choose our elite clients, and if they are a good fit, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Put them through the form. Put them through the filter, guys. Put them through the filter. So this goes from your podcast. You can have them send you an email. That's fine. If you don't have a coaching page right now, like I have set up right here, both of these clients right here, Katie Maggio, was listening to my podcast that 6 months ago in her car, going into another sales call that she didn't want to go into, and said, I can't. And she literally sent me an email while listening to my podcast. Same thing with Jennifer Martinez. She's launching her new fitness program online as a result of working together one-on-one as a client. They're in pain. So like I said, this is the pain that I alleviate, allowing people to finally get a clear, concise, focused message out of their mind with no guarantee they'll ever make a dime. Anybody that guarantees that somebody's going to make money, run as fast as you can. Have you ever worked with someone? Have you ever hired a coach who guaranteed you or bought a product that you were going to make X amount of money? And then think about how that felt when that didn't happen. Because you cannot, as a coach, guarantee anything except what is on your coaching agreements. That's it. You need to put together a coaching agreement that you know that you can commit to, that you're going to execute on, and there's absolutely no guarantee. Because why? Well, why can't you guarantee that? Why can't you guarantee somebody's going to get results with your product? Yeah, here's the main reason. You don't know how they're going to show up in life. Does that make sense? They could get on a coaching call with you. They can buy your product, but you don't know if they're going to now go on Facebook and start posting about Trump, Hillary, Democrats, Republicans, race, gender. They could blow themselves up on the internet. And all this work that you've done with them, is completely all for naught. And there you have guaranteed that they're going to make $1,000 or $10,000. You can't do that. You know, you just can't do that. They have to do the work. That's right, Don. They got to do the work. It's on them, you know. But you're there to show up in their life the way you know how to show up. Because remember, that person they're listening to on the podcast is the person that they want. They don't want anybody else, okay? They love your message. They love your podcast. They love everything about you. Don't change once you get them as a client. Don't change once you get them on your power call, all right? Patrick says it's easier to have them answer questions on paper rather than spend your valuable time speaking directly to them just to find out they're just looking and not willing to invest. Exactly. So you put them through the filter because why? Your time is valuable. And boy, you have got to put a value on your time. And I learned this the hard way as well. I used to get on the phone with anybody and everybody because I was building a business. This was 12, 15 years ago. I'll get on the call because I want to save everybody. I want to let everybody know that every day could be Saturday. Everybody. And yes, absolutely. Let's jump on a call when you want to do it. And then I figured out real quick, a lot of people are takers. They're good people, but they're takers if you allow them to be. You know what I mean? They will take your time. And they won't value, because if you don't value your time, how do you think they're going to value your time? They're just not going to. So even set up a little page like this if you want to, or just go to Wufoo and set up a form. Have people go, and you can set up a redirect. All right? You can just simply go to GoDaddy or Namecheap, any one of these places. You could set up, I'm going to pick one of the attendees here. Let's see, last name, Julie Mayo. Julie, I'm going to use your name. Julie Mayo. JulieMayoCoaching.com. All right, so JulieMayoCoaching.com is available. All right, so what I would do is I would set up at the end of my call to action on my podcast, hey guys, let's work together. Go ahead and set up your free 30-minute power call. Let me know a few things about yourself. Go to JulieMayo.com, and then inside of JulieMayo.com in Namecheap, I'm going to forward that to this application. That's all. No website, no nothing. All right, so you don't even need a website. You just need to forward your domain, your name, coaching.com, for example, over to this page, have them fill it out. And for me, when they fill this out, they go to a program. This is just the one I use. You don't need to use this one. It's called scheduleonce.com. All right. And this is my online calendar. There's also a free option at Calendly. This is free as well. Okay, you can set up a calendar. So inside of Wufoo, when they hit submit, they go to your online calendar and they book an appointment with you. You don't ever talk to them. You have yet to speak to them. They answer the questions, they set up an appointment, and you can do one of two things. Based on the questions that they provided for you, you can accept the calendar invitation and the coaching call, or you can decline it and just have one email you write ahead of time that you send out to 800 people and just say, thank you so much for sending in your application. Right now, based on your answers, we would not be a good fit. Doesn't mean we're not going to work together down the road. It just means right now, we're not a good fit. Thank you so much, and please stay plugged into the podcast and feel free to resubmit the form when you feel you're at a better place. That's all. Something real nice like that. And then for the ones who do make it, then you keep the appointment and you get on the phone and you sell them. You sell them your coaching, your consulting, whatever. I mean, you guys, you could sell them whatever you want. We're talking about people coming specifically from your podcast, but just think about this, all right? Forget podcasting for a second. What if you posted Julie Mayo Coaching or Crystal Davis Coaching or anyone? David Rodriguez. Hey, David, great to have you on here, buddy. Good to see you. Finally made it. My apologies for that. David Rodriguez Coaching. What if you posted this on Facebook? What if you posted it on Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, everywhere? To set up a 30-minute power call, and all you did was just send them to this form, even if you don't have a website right now. How cool would that be? You don't need to do anything. You don't need to talk to anybody until they've answered the question and qualified themselves. Let me stop. Does that make sense, what I just showed you about buying a domain, redirecting to the form, setting up the calendar, and all of that? All right, cool. All right. Sweet. Hey, Crystal, come on board. Love to have you. Always looking for great clients. Okay, guys. So this is, we got a yes from Julie, Crystal, Alyssa, Dawn, Sarah, Patrick, Sweet. Okay. Now, don't be freaked out by what are you going to coach and consult about. I'm telling you, let's go back to our makeshift PowerPoint. Yes, Tamiko, yes, but do we have to tie back to WordPress? No, you don't have to tie to WordPress at all. I'm talking two separate things. You've got WordPress where your podcast is hosted, and you've got a Wufoo forum where you can just host it on Wufoo. It doesn't even need to be anywhere near your WordPress site. But you're going to buy a domain name and redirect it to here. And this is what we do for clients. This actually would be kind of a coaching session that I would do with a client right now. This is what exercise I would be taking them through is think about this. You got a coaching domain. You go to a questionnaire. They go to your calendar. Boom. Now, what do we got to do? We got to get traffic, right? You got to find out where you can, how you can find people. Well, a lot of the stuff that's, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. But anyway, back here, you've got intellectual property. And so here's here's why you would want to do this, all right? IP, intellectual property. People pay millions for intellectual property. A lot of intellectual property is patented. Here's the thing. You have intellectual property. Yes, you have intellectual property. This is what you're sharing on your podcast every single day, your intellectual property. So you can make a product out of your IP. Don't make it complicated. Just take inventory answer this question. What have people been telling me for the past 10 years that I am really good at? Okay? Answer that question. And you're going to try to make it complicated. Say, oh, I don't really know. You know what came to my mind when I asked myself that question? That's it. Do you know how much I've earned from my podcast? Right there. And please, I'm not bragging. All right, I am not. God is my witness. I am not bragging. I just am trying to show you that you can build a real business out of something most people would not think you can, and that is, well, let me even put another word in front of this. Authentic encouragement. And that's just from my podcast, $1.3 million. All right. And so I'm saying this to encourage you. We've been going through this training now for 4 weeks. Look how far you've come. All right. 4 weeks ago, guys, we started and we were doing, all right, this is how you record your voice. And then, as simple as that. And now you're going to be on a platform with millions and millions of people watching, listening, craving for a message like yours. And you're going to have an opportunity to monetize this however you want to monetize it. But I'm spending all this time on the coaching and consulting part of it because so many people think they don't have this. All right? They don't have this. You do have intellectual property. If you would just take time right now, not now, I mean today, tomorrow, get in a quiet place and say, what have people been telling me for the past 10 years that I am really good at? That's aggregate, David. That $1.3 million is aggregate. That's only from my podcast, okay? That doesn't include speaking. That doesn't include coaching that comes a result of other social media platforms. That's just strictly from my podcast that I can trace back. There's probably a lot that I can't even trace back to it, but I've given myself I've taken the low number there and put that number there. Yes. There's something there. And you probably already know the answer to this question, what people have been telling you, but don't just boo-hoo that. And the reason I'm saying direct them to a Wufoo forum, for example, it could be anything, guys. It could be SurveyMonkey. It could be Wufoo, whatever you want to do. I'm giving you just what I do with my show. And the reason I'm saying that is because people still have, what you don't want to do is you don't want to say contact me at blah, 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 at AOL, blah, 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 at Yahoo. Those aren't real businesses, okay? If you have a Yahoo email address, AOL, that's not real. That's not marketing, okay?
So you want to get whatever your domain name is, sam@everydayissaturday.com. You can run all that through your Gmail. Whatever domain you have, you can run that. So if it's, go back to Julie, let's say Julie Mayo has juliemayo.com. I don't know if you do or you don't. I'm just saying. Slide, new slide. Okay. It should always be Crystal Davis, if these are available. All right. Always. If you had something at Gmail, that's great. It's just not a real email. It's not. You want to give the impression that you're a real business out of the gate. So please, okay, please don't use these. All right. You want to give the impression already they're doing business with a real business. Congrats, you already have it, Crystal. Good job, God. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Sarah is making a difference. Intellectual concepts, 5th grade level. That's why the cool, fun book review podcast might be nice. I can do the thinking for the listeners. That's great. Whatever that is, just get started. The worst thing you can do, it's like the old adage, there's 3 frogs sitting on a log. Which one? 2 of them decided to jump. How many are left? 3. Why? Just because 2 decided to jump doesn't mean they did anything. There's still 3 of them are sitting there thinking about what they're going to jump. You can make a decision. That's great. But you got to follow that decision with something. So with your podcast, make the decision that if you don't have a product, and even if you do have one in development, you're going to use coaching consulting as your baseline product, and you're going to get involved in big ticket selling. Big ticket items. All right? Big ticket items. $3K plus. And people will gladly pay you. Why? Because you're selling results. That's why. That's the whole purpose. This podcast training, my proposition to you when I was on stage is that you will learn how to create, grow, and have strategies to monetize your podcast. All right? Hopefully I've delivered those results. Hopefully I've over-delivered those results. And if I haven't, send me an email. Say, Sam, I still need, you didn't deliver. You told me this was going to happen. I want to make sure that everybody here feels that way. That's confidence. It gives me confidence. It gives you confidence. Everybody wins, okay? If you have confidence that you can sell results, then that's perfect, all right? Keep doing that, and you can, all right? Julie, people keep telling me I need a smaller niche. Should I not be concerned about what does that mean, a smaller niche, all right? And while you're doing that, let's talk about this. Speaking, we've already addressed, audiobooks. Did you know that? Audiobooks, if you've already created so many podcast posts that you can now create a regular book, you can just take the podcasts that you've done and you're going to do and make those chapters in a book. My buddy Joe Fairless did that. I think I showed Joe as an example on stage when I was speaking. Let me see. How about Tim Ferriss, Tribe of Mentors? That's from his podcast. That's advice that he got from all the people that he interviewed on his podcast. A lot of people are doing this. If you want to write books, take the best real estate investing advice ever, Volume 1, Volume 2. These are podcast episodes, okay? And now Joe's an author, all right? Yeah, Tool of the Titans, Tribe of Mentors, absolutely. Recording an audiobook now, that's perfect, Crystal. Now you also have Audacity. You can take these podcast chapters and make those chapters in your book. Advertisers and sponsors. We talked about this last week as well, as far as interviews. But how about advertisers and sponsors? Can you think, for example, and don't overthink this, guys, because you're going to need, can you give your top 3 interview questions? Boy, my top 3 interview questions are, number 1, what's an average day look like for you? I love to know what an average day looks like, because everybody will say, well, there are no 2, which is exactly the answer to the question, as far as that's concerned. What's an average day look like in your life? What inspires you? What gets you going? Like, what gets you moving? And I want to know their thoughts on money. What are your thoughts about money? I heard a great one the other day about, and I shared it on my Instagram video. Money is currency. The reason it's called currency is because there's a current a current flowing through money. Don't hold on to it. You get it, give it to somebody else. You get it, pass it on. When you keep currency, when you keep that current flowing like a river, like water, then you give money absolutely no power over you. You know what I mean? We question everything in this world. We question our religion, we question our race, we question our politics, but we never, for some reason, question money. We always just think money is so damn important, you know, and that it means so much. It doesn't. We talk about questioning the answers, and we don't even question money. So many people give it so much power. That's what really gets me going when I start to talk with people on my show about that. So when we're talking about advertisers and sponsors, think about this, all right? Let me get here. Think about this. Let me just a minute. Make a list of potential sponsors for your podcast. For example, for me, it would be a show like, it would be something like entrepreneur.com. How about Quicken Loans would be good. I'm just thinking LegalZoom would be good. A lot of entrepreneurs. Just, you see where I'm going with this? You could make a big list and then reach out to them with a letter that says your name. And I would just write one email one time, fill in the blanks, and send it out and say, "Dear whoever the sponsor is, my name is Sam Crowley," and I would describe my podcast, target market, number of downloads per episode in a 30-day time frame. Why? Well, I wouldn't say why they would, because then you can't make it. Describe my podcast, target market, number of downloads per episode in a 30-day time frame, and how much money per sponsorship. Let's talk about this separate from the email for a minute. Sponsorship. Okay. Well, people are charging anywhere, and this is the Wild West, guys. So it's anywhere from $20 to $70, and you might see it higher or lower than this, per 1,000 downloads. Okay. So if you're getting 10,000 downloads of your show, all right, and you times that, so that's going to be what, 700 on the high end? $700 per sponsor. Okay, and you could have several sponsors of your show, but what do you do? For example, when you have a sponsor on your show, same thing you do if you're selling your own products. At the very beginning, say, "Hey, today's show is sponsored by LegalZoom." Go to LegalZoom.com, put in the promo code Saturday. Make sure you get your 20% discount at checkout. And a lot of these places have affiliate programs. That's why you just want to get the conversation going. All right, you just want to reach out to them, and this is down the road. Okay, so the quickest way you're going to earn income is all the other ways we've talked about already on this training, mainly your own coaching and consulting. For those of you that really want to ramp it up and start getting a lot of downloads of your show, and you know you're going to get downloads of your show, then you can start sending emails to sponsors. But you could sell, $700 per sponsor is great. You mention their name at the beginning, mention it maybe for 10 seconds in the middle, and like that station identification I talked about. And then at the very end, bring their name up again. But me, I'd rather you sell you. I'd rather you keep all the money. I'd rather you be unique and authentic and sell your own products. But if you want to go the sponsorship route after you've gotten some traction with your show and you've gotten a lot of downloads, reach out to the sponsor. Tell them about you, your podcast, your target market, and the number of downloads you get. Hit send and send it out to 100 sponsors and wait to hear back from them. Maybe 50 of them say no, 30 of them say, well, maybe, but not now, and the other 20 are hot on it. That's great. That's great. But you got to get moving. You got to take a lot of action way before, and you could. The good news is you can earn income right now selling your products versus waiting for a sponsor to drill you on how many episodes you got and downloads you got. Everybody else teaches that about monetizing. I don't, because I'd rather you sell you. What's easier to sell, you or something else? Of course, you. Let me see, Julie. I teach and facilitate people about holistic health and wellness, and I'm a healer. Most everyone in the business realm and success
keep telling me it's too general, that I need to pick a smaller niche. I teach and facilitate people about holistic health and wellness. Okay, what's the result? All right, what's the result you're going to sell, Julie? That's what you got to focus. You can be a holistic, that's what you are. But what's the result that you sell? Thank you, Crystal. I received that. Happy relationships. Great. Not specific enough. What's going to happen when people have happier relationships? So we've gone from this, okay, holistic healing and wellness, to happy relationships. Okay, we're getting closer. Abundant mindset. So you can have or experience what? What is it? What's going to happen? What's the result? What's an abundant mindset, spiritual growth, health? What's all that going to get me? What's it going to get me? And look, the answer isn't going to come right now, Julie. I just want you to think about that, because this is $1 million answer right now. And it's not going to come right now. But when you start really thinking about this, these are shower thoughts. These are treadmill thoughts. These are windshield thoughts. These are thoughts you have when you really start thinking about, okay, this is so you can experience. You can experience happier, healthier, more fulfilled life. Good. That's good. Yes. And that's going to if I'm happier and I'm healthier and I'm going to live longer and have better relationships, I'm probably going to earn more income. I'm going to find the soulmate that I've always been looking for. I'm not going to be as angry. I'm not going to be as tense. I'm not going to be as stressed out. I'm going to learn to appreciate being the present right now, because most people are thinking about a problem that's coming up or the one they've had already in their life. They're tripping over their mistakes. And when you learn how to have this, then this will happen. That's the result. And people will pay you $5,000, $10,000, $25,000 to finally escape from the albatross that's been around their neck, the anchor tied to their foot this last 20 years, the nail that they've been standing on. Yeah, no, that result is good, Julie. It's not great. It's not big ticket. It's good. It's $500 good. It's a product that you can put together. It's not $5,000 great, though. You got to think of this somebody, I think of an individual I knew who was charging $5,000 for a group coaching session that he removed irritable bowel syndrome. Now, if you've never had it, or if you know it, I've never had it, but I know people who have. It is horrible. Absolutely horrible. All right? That was specific. This person gave great at-home remedies on how people can control it and remove it from their life permanently. No more doctor visits, no more IBS, nothing. That's a $5,000 package right there. Group coaching package, meaning you have 5,000 times 10 people on your webinar for 6 weeks. That's $50,000 for a 6-week webinar. That is alleviating major pain in a specific area that people will pay handsomely for. Okay? Yeah. Well, yeah, you can solve that and so much more, but you do got to be more specific. I agree, because when they say the riches are in the niches, that's kind of true. There is, if you think about it like an emergency room doctor. Emergency room doctor can treat anything. A cardiovascular surgeon is going to make 10 times more because they're specific. Okay? So I would go from being an emergency room doctor to being a cardiovascular surgeon. That would be the advice I'd give you. Pick maybe 1, 2, or 3 things that are connected and do that. Being an emotional domestic violence survivor, absolutely, Crystal. What do you do after? How do you pick up the pieces? How do you rise from the ashes? That could be the title of your product, Rising from the Ashes, or picking up the pieces, moving on. How do I deal with that? How do I do that? You know? That's what you're selling. But again, we're getting all the way back to now this podcast. You guys got great ideas. This is all the stuff you should be talking about on your podcast. So when you talk about this on your podcast, it's natural when somebody contacts you, they're going to want to pay you to help them, because here you're giving just the sizzle. When they come on board as a client of yours, you're giving them the whole stake, and they want it, and they will pay you for it. That's how you monetize a podcast the right way, and keeping integrity. That's a big thing. Integrity is a big thing, because it takes years to find a good client, and it takes seconds to lose them if you don't have integrity. And I'm not talking about anybody in this training. I'm just saying in general terms. Lead with your integrity. Celebrate your integrity. You know, let that be. I put an email out to my list today. You probably saw it. I'm looking for one great coaching client. I put integrity is what I built my business on. I'm not bragging. Again, I'm just saying it's the only thing I have right now that separates me from somebody else that might be in the same niche. That when we get that agreement and you come on board as a client, I will run through a wall to make sure that I deliver on my promise to you. That's integrity. Do that in your business, and I promise you'll never be wanting for clients, because there isn't a lot of people that can say that in any kind of online business, because online business is like the Wild West. There's no barrier to entry. Anybody with an IP address can get started. You see what I mean? So celebrate your integrity. It would be better if you had no previous business online, because then you have no previous arrows being thrown at you online, and anything you got to overcome. Celebrate that you're brand new getting started in this podcasting area. Celebrate that this is something that you're venturing into now for the first time. That's great. That's not to be hidden. That's to be celebrated. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Any more questions before we wrap up our final training here? Yes, that's right. Celebrate, Crystal. That's the theme of today's show. Celebrate. All right. Guys, the replay is going to be on the YouTube channel. And let me just throw this out there to you. Don't put price out there. And I will, freely in the Facebook group. Yeah. They will. They will. Just lead. Be the change you want to see, Sarah. Don't look, first of all, Facebook is, I would never go to Facebook for solutions to anything. All right? That's not any place I would spend a lot of time. I would advertise on it, post there, and then I would get out of there as fast as I can. Unless you got a private group that you run. I don't know what Facebook group you're talking about. Yeah, well, you're not. You're not. I appreciate that, but you're not my people. You are who you are, and people have a lot of things going on in their lives, okay? They show up on Facebook as best they can. Look, you got to understand, most people, and I mean almost everybody, is going to go on living a life of regret, following the leader, and never be a leader themselves. So out of the 8,000 people, I think, that follow me on my personal Facebook page, there's probably less than 20 that can generate any momentum in their lives and move forward and live a life of significance, you know? Yeah. In my private group, correct. Yep. Even in there. Yep. Is there a way we can download the training? I travel a lot. Yeah, you can download right from the YouTube channel. You should be, Patrick. If you can't, let me know. But you should be able to hit the download button right there. And as I was going to say, if you're welcome, if you want to work together, put price to the side, go ahead and fill out that form. Just go to my website, hit the coaching tab, and see if there's an opportunity for us to work together, continue to mastermind, whether it's about podcasting, public speaking, building your online sales funnel. And if there's a way we can make it happen, we'll make it happen. That's my commitment to you. I want to thank you for just being great people, man. Great students. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I say it every time. It's the greatest podcasting class I've ever had. But you really have been. Don't be a stranger. Thank you, Crystal. I look forward to speaking with you as well. And if you want to shoot a quick 1-minute video testimonial on your smartphone and send it to me, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. You can upload it to YouTube, send me the link, or send me the video. I'm always looking for great video testimonials to highlight the training. Tamiko, I have a podcast idea, but I don't know how it will generate money. May I email you? Yeah, sure. Send me an email. Absolutely. Sarah, stay in touch. If you have any more questions, Sarah, I'm still waiting for your application to come through, so you better put that in there if you want to keep working together. That's my threat. I guess I wouldn't be a good host if I issued threats on my own training. That's probably not the way to do it. Sarah, I've enjoyed you immensely as well. I'm glad that we figured out the hiccup there with the link too. You guys are great, man. Seriously, don't be a stranger. Let me know how you're doing. Email me about your podcast. And, man. David, sorry if I missed it. How and when do we get an opportunity to come on your great show? As soon as you have 5 podcasts up and running and you're rocking and rolling, so we have a place to send your listeners to, right? My listeners to. Send them to your podcast. So get 5 shows up and running on iTunes. Send me an email, and I'll get you on the show. Is that a deal? And David, you know how to get a hold of me. All right. Cool. All right, everyone. Yeah. Sweet. All right. I hope to work with as many of you as possible one-on-one over the coming months and help you build your brand, even if it's just a simple landing page. I mean, literally, even if it's just a landing page that has an autoresponder tied to it going to a thank you page. Let me show you how to create momentum. Send me an email if you want to get together. You can go to the coaching page, whatever it is, but I hope to work with all of you at some point. Thank you so much. Have a blessed week. May God continue to give you health and happiness, prosperity, and allow you to continue to be the blessing that you already are in this world. And I'm saying on steroids, baby, because you are an absolute miracle created in the image of God himself. Thank you so much for being on my training. God bless all of you. Have the best day ever. Take care.